Hello there, and welcome to Dr. T for today, February the 26th. Grenks, today, gonna be our thing. It's gonna be what we do. Now, I blew up a cannon, in case you didn't catch that right away. Blow up that cannon. Then throw shocks on the sniper towers and the rocket launchers the same way I did, and you're gonna get in there, and you're gonna get a win, and it's gonna be great, and everybody will live happily ever after, and then you can, like, celebrate by completely missing the boom mines, but hitting the HQ, which is really more important, so, like, we're gonna go with it. Stage 2, right-hand side once again. This time, once again, there is a cannon. You can blow up that cannon, just, you know, for ease of cannon blowing uppingness. But let your tanks take out the mortars. The mortars are going to do, like, no damage to your tanks, because, well, they're mortars, and so you can use them for free energy to get up to where my tanks are right there, and get yourself a nice, easy win. Move on immediately to Stage 3, pass go, and collect $200. If someone's giving you $200 for playing this game, please tell me a name, because hook a brother up, you know what I'm saying? Alright, Stage 3, going left-hand side, obvi. Now, my barrage was meant to just take out the boom mines and whatnot. So if you don't take out the buildings, don't try to take out the buildings. That's not my actual aim. Just clearing up the boom mines makes it so much safer over there. And if you got some critters, you can throw critters out on the right-hand side and throw critters into the back and just farm up a whole bunch of extra buildings just for the fun of it, even though you don't have to. Chances are you're not going to be rolling through this level with difficulty if you got critters. So let's move on instead to Stage 4, where things start to get interesting. And when I say start to get interesting, I mean, like, it's not super interesting, not yet. If you're really low level, and you're really having problems pulling off attacks with energy and whatnot, there's like a string of buildings along the beach down in the very far south. By all means, set yourself up there. Let your tanks roll through the chain. Just stay away from, you know, cannons, sniper towers, boom cannons. The usual things that will mess you up. But trust me, there's like a bunch of flamethrowers and machine guns and mortars. Stuff that your tanks do not need to be afraid of, especially with some medics backing them up. They can do some fantastic things. And then you're going to be able to build up enough energy that when you come up here, you can start throwing some shocks around and, you know, killing things. Obviously, with my measly 3 tanks, once you get up into this area, it starts taking a little bit longer. End up having to throw out a lot of shocks. If you do have a medic backing up your tanks, you're not going to have to do nearly as much taking down of things. You can let your medics kind of heal through most of the attack, so you can get in there with a lot fewer shocks than I did. Also, you know, if you've got multiple tanks, the damage is spread around them, and it makes the attack that much safer, because, you know, if 2 different tanks get hit by sniper towers, they both take the same amount of damage, but as long as they're close enough together, 1 heal hits both of them. That's the key to the old healing there. So on Stage 5, I'm like, alright, you know what? I am going all Gren. I'm gonna Gren out, not to be confused with green out, which is something completely different. So I'm Grenning out here, brah. I don't even know what's going on, what's in this attack. Go left-hand side. Obviously, you saw the landing with the shock and the whatnot. You gotta stop those sniper towers and the boom cannon from shooting at your Grens, because they will rip your Grens a new hole in, like, their heads, like, you know, like between the eyes, bullet hole, or a cannon. Ball? What do the boom cannons shoot? It looks more like an oversized bullet. I feel like it's you know, more. It kind of reminds me of Mario, the bullets that fly across the screen with the little, like, teethy smile, and or grimace. I always thought of it as like a smile, but maybe they were just really angry and it was like, kind of like the Ninja Turtles, who, you know, they smiled an awful lot for an angry bunch of sewer dwellers. Go left-hand side, you do the things like I did the things. Hopefully you're going to end up in like the same sort of scenario, and you're going to be able to blow up the HQ with relative ease. Obviously, I was just goofing around. I didn't use a lot of energy. You know, use your energy more to ease the attack in certain hard spots, just because, you know, it's good to do stuff like that. And then you can move on to 6. And here's the beauty. If you have the Grens loaded up from 5, you've already won 6. Stage 6 looks incredibly difficult. It looks like it's going to be a crazy hard level. The boom cannons have a buttload of hit points. I want to say around 20k. The HQ has a buttload of hit points, but somehow the setup is just perfect. The Grens literally stroll right on in and just wreak havoc on this entire base. There's a bunch of mines, which if you were to attack with pretty much anything else, you're going to have to deal with all the mines. There's a bunch of craziness. There's sniper towers. There's boom cannons around. There's shock launchers around. All these crazy things. But if you're rocking the Grens, they clear out all the mines, so suddenly there's no mines to worry about. They outdistance machine guns and flamethrowers. The mortars don't do enough damage to take them out in one shot. And you can use all the GBE that you're not using to do all of the other things to take out the 2 boom cannons. Now, granted, it is a little front-loaded because you've got to take them out before you land, because they do have range on the beach. So even if your Grens are there tossing, going crazy, doing their thing, you gotta be careful, because bad things could happen on ye old beach. Okay, so now, you know, come up from the bottom corner. You've got a bunch of sniper towers and mortars and craziness. You can either throw heals on your Grens or shocks on the defenses, but you're going to be able to plow through this stuff over on the right-hand side. And once you're through that, as you can see, there is not a whole lot doing anything. Like, this is stage 6 with 3 boats of Grens. I get that my Grens are max level, I get that my medics are max level, but even if you're a few levels short, you should have no problem taking this down. And really, if it comes right down to it, you can have maybe like a boat or 2 with Zookas in it, because 400k hit points on the HQ is pretty intense. Like, that's a lot of hit points. But if you throw some Zookas at it, they will finish that stuff off so fast. Oh my goodness, like, you don't even understand. Alright, well, no, you probably do, because let's face it, you've probably done like an AZ attack before. Moving in, stage number 7, blah blah am. Stage 7 legitimately got harder, like a lot harder. You can see me failing at learning how to drop my troops. Now, I did stagger the troops, so I threw the tanks up in front so they would attract all the fire. And then I let the Grens just kind of chill in the back, just chucking their grenades, because, well, let's be honest, that's what they do. They're mother chuckers, right? So head over to the corner once you clear up the rocket launcher there. The important thing is taking out that rocket launcher, because the rocket launchers keep that sustained damage up. Like, having 4 rocket launchers constantly grinding away on your troops will keep your medics busy. And if your medics are busy just keeping your troops, you know, on par or keeping the status quo, they're not going to be able to recover the grenadiers or tanks or whatever troop you're running. They're not going to be able to recover that health, and that is key, especially with grenadiers at least. Alright, so be careful of the cannons. I know they look like such low-level cannons and no one should care. No, man, those cannons do mad damage. They are all over the place, so you got to be really careful. Make sure you throw some shocks on them if you got to get in close, or if you can pull it off, just avoid them. Because honestly, you don't have to do it. You know, this isn't like a dare from a high school friend. You don't have to do it. in high school you had to do it. It was just one of those things, right? Maybe I'm the only one? No? Oh, that would be awkward. Alright. So, Indy was also one of the ones. He's just letting y'all know. So, when you get up into the corner, come back down. Obviously, I threw the smoke out because I wanted to smoke the grenadiers and keep them safe because they were running up ahead of the tanks and like doing stupid things. That kind of halted my entire attack for a little bit, which was weird, but whatevs, no big deal. Your tanks will eventually spread out and start moving down. You might have to deal with the shock launcher, because the shock launcher will have range. The one, I guess to the... Well, if we're looking here, it's at like 7:30, 8 o'clock-ish. So if you got some free GBE, blow that up. If you don't, let it stun your tanks. It's fine. It's going to take you a little longer to burn through the headquarters, but you're going to get through it no problem anyway. So, now that I've caught my breath, as you can see, this is how you can easily cruise through all 7 stages. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully it's been entertaining. And most importantly, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day.